So we all know that in Demon Slayer, there are hidden facts that we could never find without a little help. So in this video, I'll be telling you why Kagaya stays hidden, as well as his connection with Kokushibo, and why the Kakushi really exist. Of course, discussing this will mean that there will be major spoilers in Demon Slayer, so be warned. It's rumored that demons are modeled after the plague. If you take a closer look at each of their names, it becomes much more apparent. This was never actually stated or confirmed in the manga or anime, but here are some examples. Nakime is modeled after Pink Eye, which, if you translate her kanji name, it would mean 4 weeping eyes, and with her already large pink eye, it sells this fact even more. Gyutaro and Daki are modeled after syphilis, Kaigaku after human scabies, Akaza after measles, and Doma seems to be modeled after stage 2 tuberculosis. But you get the deal already. If you did spot any that I missed, please let me know in the comments. One demon that we don't know much about is Lady Tamayo, but let's start out with what we know. Tamayo's first name contains the kanji for bead, pearl, gem, or jewel. And the last part of her name, which is the yo, contains the kanji for world. Not much, but pretty interesting if you ask me. Lady Tamayo is at least 500 years old, as she was shown thriving during the same time as Yorichi, and must have been transformed into a demon sometime before that, which proves how old she must be. After her release from Muzan's grips, she survived on eating animals and human corpses, later transitioning to human blood. She refuses to obey her demonic instinct and never attack humans, despite how much pain she felt. We all know that Kanao has issues making her own decisions, but did you know that she keeps a coin that was given to her by Kane in a memory box that was also made by Kane? Stay tuned in the video to hear more about how she pays homage to her rescuer and teacher. Yome's father died of a disease while his mother died giving birth to him. Sometime later he was blinded due to a fever. But in spite of all of this, Yome had taken a keen sense of sight that he was able to avoid malicious actions that people around him would do to him, like trying to make him trip or throwing stuff at him. This made people around him call him a liar, stating that no blind person could do what he does. In Kimitsu Academy, Yome is a civics and first-year homeroom teacher. He's so muscular, students were afraid of him at first, but because his personal belongings generally have cats on them, everyone quickly became aware that he's a nice person who loves cats. There are many instances of people calling him Dad by accident, which is just perfectly fitting for it. Even though Season 3 is known for its big changes, there were a lot of small ones as well, with 2 scenes where Muichiro would cut down some demon fish, which would save both Kotetsu and Kanamori. We saw some of his lightning quick reflexes. I mean, he is a Hashira after all. But did you notice when he made both kills, his feet never left the ground? This may seem insignificant, but if you look at the manga panels, he was in midair. Another small change is that of when Kanamori was being saved. Within the manga, he was never seen in a tree, but in the anime, when Muichiro found him, he was definitely in one. Here are a few more insignificant changes, mainly those found in episode 5 of Demon Slayer's The Swordsmith Village. When Mitsuri entered the village to save it from the CGI fish, in the manga, she slashed vertically, while in the anime, it was horizontal. And when she was running off, the dialogue of the swordsmiths were only found in the anime. In the next scene where we saw the swordsmith try to fight off this giant demon fish, in the manga, he was already on the ground helpless, while in the anime, he was still fighting for his damn life, before being saved by our favorite busty goddess. Now I know you wanted to hear about some major changes that was found in episode 5 of Demon Slayer, so I won't let you wait any longer. One major change in this episode was the addition of a chase scene. I guess this was done for dramatic effect. In the manga, when Nezuko was struck by Sekiro's lightning after trying to save Tanjiro, they were then attacked by Yuroki. After that, they ran away, which then Sekiro tells Karaku to just blow away the entire building, which he does. But in the anime, a chase scene then occurs with some beautiful sakuga. Demon Slayer's The Swordsmith Village episode 5 had many of us excited due to the staff listing, with Nozomu Abe being one of the key animation artists for the episode. You might recognize another one of his sequences being Tengen and Tanjiro versus Gyutaro. And this episode delivered with 3 of the most beautiful breathing forms we've seen so far. Muichiro's mist breathing, Mitsuri's love breathing. Manga readers were waiting a long time to see what it looks like, and it didn't disappoint. And then there was Tanjiro's Hinokami Dragon, which stole the show and set the internet on fire. All of these styles and forms in the manga were normally just one panel, and seeing them turn into something so beautiful is always one of the most amazing things to see. Well done, Ufotable. well done. Tanjiro's Hanafuda earrings are a topic much up for debate on many forums, on websites, even now to this very day. But why do you ask? There's still no confirmation on why they're there in the first place. They were worn by his ancestors, or at the very least, the very first Breath of Sun user, but we don't know what their design refers to. Hanafuda cards are Japanese playing cards, and most of them are based on flowers. One even has the wisteria flowers on them. Some say Tanjiro's earrings are of flowers as well, but they kind of look like the sun to me if you ask. And there aren't any cards that specify this symbol. But hey, we can only speculate, right? Many people were actually incredibly surprised to see Muzan in the earlier episodes. What's even more interesting is the obvious European style dress clothes that he sports. Where would he get these clothes? Well, this actually ties back to the Taisho period, where Japan had opened up his borders to the rest of the world, allowing new influences to come in. Just another micro detail that makes the time period feel a little bit more realistic and believable. Turns out a lot of the fashion sense in Demon Slayer is based on actual Japanese history. You see, the tabi socks we commonly see are period relevant as well. The ankle warmers everyone seems to be wearing are called kyahan, and they were under padding for samurai. Now, the two-toed socks that we all see them wearing are known as tabi, a very traditional style of foot covering for the time period. The sandals they wear are known as zori, and again, it makes sense for the time period. As you might have known, samurai weren't wandering the countryside in green and black checkered clothing or pig masks, but most of the normal clothing that they wear does seem to have some historical significance. Even Nezuko's odd leg wraps and overall garb made sense for living in the snowy mountains as the Kamado family did. This flashback of Tengen visiting his family's graves with his wives right after episode 9's opening doesn't appear in the manga, but I'm genuinely grateful that they added it. It gives more context about the characters, which is always appreciated, though it's kind of a double-edged sword, since it makes you care about them a little bit more and kills you on the inside when they die, but it's truly worth seeing and highlighting. At the end of the battle with Daki and Yutaro, Tanjiro had patted Nezuko on the head. However, in the manga, you can't see his broken fingers as they're pretty much fine. But in the anime, we do see that his fingers are broken, which is a great detail and actually fixes the oversight in the manga. Because the number one demon Kokushibo once killed the leader of the Demon Slayer Corps, now the location of the leader is kept secret. On top of that, the Kakushi were formed as another layer of security. They're also the only ones who know the location of the Swordsmith village. Speaking of the number one demon, Kokushibo is said to have held the number one position since the time the demon moons were created, and he's the only demon to kill a leader of the Demon Slayer Corps. Akaza wants to be the best and most powerful demon in the world. However, he lost against Upper Moon 1 and got destroyed in battle. But instead of being killed and probably eaten, he was spared. Go figure. According to the second fan book, the Kamado family has preserved the Hinokami Kagura as a ceremonial practice all the way to the present times. Tanjiro's great-grandparents are the practitioners of it, and they learned it from none other than the demon-slaying god himself, Yoriichi Sugikuni. It was Sumiyoshi who transformed his breathing forms into a dance because he said it resembled one. There is one fact that I'll spoil. All the Hashira are currently subscribed to Varistudiostv, and they're doing tryouts, so if you don't want to miss out on your chance to become a powerful Hashira yourself, hit that subscribe button with notifications on. Another thing that I noticed is that episode 4 of Demon Slayer's The Swordsmith Village came with its own anime exclusive scenes, like the extended fight between Yurogi and Tanjiro. Within the manga, this fight was much shorter, only a few exchanges between the Demon Slayer and the demon. However, in the anime, Tanjiro really gets slapped around, getting hit multiple times by the Joy clone before even being able to land a single blow. On top of that, the anime added this scene with Tanjiro running away to use as a momentum to springboard towards the demon, unlike in the manga where his attack seems to have come out of nowhere. One of the standout cast members in this season is Genya. With Bakugou's voice actor, Nobuhiko Okamoto, he's fast become one of the fan favorites with everyone, and I can share the same sentiment. In episode 4, we can see him strike an epic pose to let Aizetsu know that he's Genya Shinagazawa, and he will be the last face you see. This scene had two major points, one of which, when he was striking a pose, it wasn't in the manga, so it was definitely an anime exclusive. On top of that, when he was saying his name, it was a literal play on words, as his name, Shinazu, is written with a character for immortal. Seeing that he's so hard to kill, it's not very difficult to realize the connection. Another big change of episode 4 of the Swordsmith Village comes closer to the end. Under normal circumstances, anime episodes follow a specific path based on the manga, but here we saw Demon Slayer make some huge changes. Within the manga, after the initial defeat of Nezuko and Tanjiro within chapter 110. We were supposed to catch up with Muichiro and Kotetsu. Instead, we skip ahead a full one chapter to 112, showing the attack of the demon fish on the swordsmith village, followed by another skip where we go back another one chapter to the end of chapter 111, when Mitsuri would finally make her way to the village. Want to learn more amazing facts to level up your Demon Slayer knowledge? Click on one of the 2 videos on your screen right now, or join me again for the next Demon Slayer video. Peace out, stay safe out there.